Cruise outfits can ruin your trip faster than bad weather. Not because they look wrong, but because they clash with ship rules, dinner etiquette, port culture, and basic comfort. The right clothes make everything smoother. The wrong ones get awkward fast. And the worst mistake is not one you expect. Outfit number 10. All black outfits in hot destinations. All black can look sleek before you leave the cabin. Then you step into the sun and suddenly it feels like you're wearing a portable heater. That's the problem on hot weather cruises. Caribbean sailings, Mexican Riviera itineraries, and Mediterranean port days already come with heat, glare, humidity, and long walks. If your whole outfit is dark, heavy, and built to absorb sunlight, you're making the day harder than it needs to be. And on a cruise, comfort matters more than people think. You're not just walking from a car to a restaurant. You're standing on open decks, waiting in excursion lines, moving through ports and climbing gangways, and sometimes spending hours outside before you get back on the ship. So if your outfit starts overheating after 20 minutes, it's the wrong outfit. The other issue is that black shows everything in hot climates. Sweat marks, salt, sunscreen streaks, little dust marks from port days. So even if the outfit looked polished in your room, it can start looking tired very fast once the day gets going. Now, black is not banned. That's not the point. At night, indoors, or on cooler itineraries, black can work perfectly well. But as a daytime uniform in a hot destination, it's usually a mistake. A much better move is to keep the same clean look, just in cooler fabrics and lighter tones. Think beige, white, light blue, stone, soft green, or even muted stripes. You still look put together, you just don't feel like you're slowly baking from the inside out. And that is one of the first big cruise lessons. The best outfit is not the one that looks smartest in the mirror. It's the one that still feels smart 3 hours later. Outfit number 9. The full sweatpants athleisure fit. There is a big difference between comfortable and I gave up before breakfast. And that's where the full sweatpants and athleisure look starts going wrong on a cruise. At the airport, it makes sense. On a cold morning coffee run, fine. In the gym, absolutely. But once you're actually on the ship, wearing full sweatpants, a hoodie, and sneakers all day can make you look out of sync with the whole environment. Because a cruise is not just transport. It's a floating resort. Even on casual ships, the mood is still more polished than an airport terminal. People are dressed for lunch, for the deck, for the promenade, for photos, for sail away, for dinner. So when someone stays in full travel mode clothing long after boarding, it stands out fast. And there's also a practical problem. In warm weather, sweatpants and heavy athleisure can be too hot. In humid weather, it can feel sticky. By the time the afternoon hits, that comfortable outfit can start feeling heavy and trapped. This is where some travelers confuse cruise casual with lazy casual. They're not the same thing. Cruise casual still means relaxed but intentional. Clothes that move well, breathe well, and don't look like they're waiting for a delayed flight announcement. The fix is simple. Keep athleisure for the gym, travel days, or maybe an early morning walk on deck. Then switch into clothes that still feel easy but look more cruise ready. Drawstring trousers, linen shorts, a soft knit set, a polo, a casual sundress, a clean t-shirt with lightweight pants that actually fit the setting. You don't need to dress up. You just need to stop dressing like the trip has not started yet. Because on a cruise, the right kind of comfort makes you feel relaxed. The wrong kind makes you look unfinished. Outfit number 8. Shorts at the wrong time. Shorts are not the problem. Thinking shorts work everywhere is the problem. A lot of people board a cruise, see how relaxed the daytime vibe is, and assume that means shorts are safe all day, all night, in every setting. That is where they get caught off guard. During the day, shorts are usually completely normal. Pool deck, buffet, casual lunch, port shopping, open air bars, no issue. But evening is where things change. That's when the ship starts dividing itself into different moods. Some places stay casual, others get a little more polished. And that's where the wrong shorts start working against you. Gym shorts look too sloppy for dinner. Cargo shorts can feel too rough in a nicer venue. Denim cutoffs can look too beachy once the sun goes down. Even regular shorts can feel underdressed if the room is clearly leaning more smart casual than poolside. This matters because cruise life is full of small transitions. You go from excursion to shower to dinner to a show to a lounge. So if your whole wardrobe only works for the daytime part, you end up scrambling every evening. And this is the thing many first-time cruisers miss. Cruise dressing is often less about the item itself and more about the timing. The same shorts that work perfectly at 1 o'clock can feel completely wrong at 7:30. So the smarter move is not to avoid shorts, it's to control when you wear them. Pack daytime shorts on purpose. Use them for the hot part of the day. Then always have a quick evening switch ready. Lightweight trousers, a casual skirt, a simple dress, chinos. Something easy that takes almost no effort but changes the tone immediately. That way, you don't have to guess. And on a cruise, removing guesswork is half the battle. Because the best cruise outfits are the ones that move with the day instead of getting stuck in the afternoon. Outfit number 7. The wet swimsuit and cover-up combo you treat like real clothes. This one starts at the pool and somehow ends up in elevators, cafes, hallways, shops, and lunch spots long after it should have been retired. A swimsuit with a cover-up is fine for the pool deck. It's made for that space. The problem starts when people treat it like a full outfit for the rest of the ship. And everyone can tell. The cover-up is too sheer. The swimsuit is still visible. The sandals are slippery. Hair is still wet. Sometimes the whole outfit is still dripping. At that point, you're not dressed for the ship. You're still dressed for the water. And that matters more than people think because cruise ships have invisible lines between spaces. Pool deck rules are not dining rules. Beachwear energy does not translate well into indoor lounges, cafes, shops, or food areas. Even when nobody says anything, it can feel sloppy fast. And the practical side is just as important. Wet fabric is uncomfortable. Damp straps rub. Slippery flip-flops on stairs are not a great idea. Sitting down in cold air conditioning while half wet is miserable. So even if you're trying to save time by not changing, you usually end up making yourself less comfortable anyway. The smarter move is to build a quick transition outfit. Something you can throw on in under a minute when you leave the pool. A shirt dress, loose shorts with a dry tank, linen pants and a light shirt, a simple matching set. Something dry, easy, and clearly meant for being seen away from the water. That tiny change does a lot. You feel more comfortable, you look more put together, and the day flows better because you're not stuck in beach mode when the setting has already changed. On a cruise, the best outfits know when one part of the day is ended, and if water is still part of the outfit, that part of the day probably has not. Outfit number 6. Flip-flops everywhere. Flip-flops are useful. That's exactly why people overuse them. They're great for the pool. Great for the spa area, great for a beach stop, great for walking a few steps to rinse off or grab something from your cabin. But the moment flip-flops become your only shoe, the problems start stacking up. First, there's the comfort issue. Cruise ships are bigger than people expected. Ports are hotter than people expected. Excursions involve more walking than people expected. And flimsy, flat sandals stop feeling casual and easy the moment you're doing real mileage in them. Then there's the safety issue. Wet decks, stairs, polished indoor floors, uneven port streets, tender docks, and excursion paths are not the best match for shoes that barely stay attached to your feet. And then comes the style problem. Flip-flops have a very specific energy. Pool, beach, shower. That's it. Once you start wearing them to dinner, in lounges, into nicer spaces, or all through embarkation day, they can make the whole outfit feel cheaper and less intentional. This is one of the easiest cruise mistakes to fix because you do not need a huge shoe collection. You just need the right categories. One pair for wet zones, one pair for real walking, and one pair for evening. That's enough. A pool sandal or flip-flop handles the water side of the trip. A good walking shoe or supportive sandal handles ports and excursions. And one cleaner, nicer option handles dinner, photos, and evenings when you want to look like you planned ahead. That's the real cruise trick. Not more shoes, smarter shoes. Because once you stop forcing one cheap pair of flip-flops to do 10 different jobs, the whole trip instantly feels easier. Now, if you want to cruise smarter and avoid the little mistakes that make the whole trip feel awkward, like the video and subscribe. Outfit number 5, the loud slogan tee or crude graphic shirt. There's a difference between personality and making your outfit everyone else's problem. And that's exactly what happens with loud slogan shirts, crude joke tees, or political shirts, or anything that screams for attention in a shared space. A cruise ship is not just your vacation. It's also a hotel, a restaurant, a theater, a family space, and a travel hub all at once. You're standing in buffet lines with strangers. You're sitting close to people at shows. And you're sharing elevators, excursion buses, and dining rooms. So the shirt that gets a laugh from your friends back home can land very differently when you're trapped in close quarters with hundreds of other people. This is especially true in the evening. During the day, ships are more forgiving, but once people start heading to dinner, bars, and live shows, the tone changes. A shirt with a giant joke, a rude word, or a cheap-looking graphic can suddenly make the whole outfit feel low effort. And even when it's not technically against the rules, it can still hurt your cruise experience. You end up looking out of place in photos. You may feel underdressed in nicer venues, and sometimes you create the exact kind of attention you probably did not want. The smarter move is easy. If you want casual, keep it clean. A plain tee, a striped shirt, a breezy resort shirt, something with color or texture instead of a giant message across your chest. Because on a cruise, style usually works best when it does not need to shout. Outfit number 4, the no-layer outfit. This is one of the most common cruise mistakes because people pack for the brochure version of the trip. Sunshine, blue water, warm decks, poolside drinks. And then real cruise life shows up. The dining room is cold. The theater is freezing. The wind on the top deck is harder than you expected. Sail away gets breezy. Morning coffee feels chilly. A sea day turns cloudy. Suddenly, that perfect warm weather outfit is not so perfect anymore. That's why the no-layer outfit is such a bad cruise choice. Not because it looks wrong, but because it has no backup plan. A tiny sundress with nothing over it. A polo with shorts and no light jacket. A sleeveless evening outfit with no wrap. Those looks can work for one exact moment of the day. But cruises are full of temperature swings, and outfits that only work in one condition starts getting annoying fast. And once an outfit becomes annoying, it starts affecting everything. You leave dinner early because you're cold. You avoid the top deck because the wind's too much. You stop enjoying the moment because your clothes are fighting the setting. The fix is simple and doesn't take much space in a suitcase. Every daytime outfit should have one optional layer. Every evening outfit should have one rescue piece. A light cardigan, a linen shirt, a thin overshirt or a denim jacket, a soft wrap, something easy. That one extra piece does more work than people realize, because on a cruise, the smartest outfits are not the ones built for perfect weather. They're the ones built for changing weather. Outfit number 3, camouflage in the wrong ports. Now, this one is not just awkward. In some places, it can become a real problem. A lot of travelers pack camouflage without thinking twice. Camo shorts, a camo cap, a camouflage tote. Maybe it just feels sporty or casual. But in parts of the Caribbean, camouflage clothing is restricted or banned for civilians. So what looks like a harmless vacation outfit at home can suddenly be the wrong thing to wear the moment you step off the ship. And that is what makes this such a great cruise warning. Because cruise outfits are not only about the ship, they're also about the ports. You're moving between different countries, different rules, and different expectations. That means a lazy packing choice can follow you into the wrong place very quickly. Most people never even think about that. They focus on dinner clothes, pool clothes, beach clothes. But cruise packing also needs a little port awareness, especially in places where local laws or customs are stricter than what you're used to. The easiest fix is to just avoid camouflage entirely on these itineraries. Not olive green or not khaki, those are fine. Actual military-style camo is the thing to skip. And honestly, it's an easy sacrifice. There are plenty of better travel options that do not come with even the slightest chance of trouble. Because the last thing you want on a port day is discovering your outfit has entered the country before your brain did. Outfit number 2. The barely there port day outfit. This is the outfit that makes sense in your cabin mirror, then feels completely wrong the moment you reach the port. A lot of cruise travelers pack as if every stop is just beach, cocktails, and sunshine. But many port days are not that simple. Some are walking tours, some are town centers, some are churches, cathedrals, museums, markets, temples, or old historic streets where the vibe is much more local than resort. And that's where the super revealing outfit starts working against you. Tiny tops, bare midriffs, ultra short shorts, stringy beachwear, and anything that looks more pool deck than public street can feel disrespectful fast, even if nobody says it out loud. You may get stares, you may feel underdressed, and you may realize too late that your outfit fits one part of the day, but not the rest of it. And beyond etiquette, there's a comfort issue again. Very exposed outfits can be rough on long port days. Too much sun, too much walking, too much skin against heat, sweat, and rough seating. What felt fun for 30 minutes can get tiring after 3 hours. The smarter move is to build a port outfit that gives you range, something breathable, comfortable, and presentable enough for more than one kind of stop. A light top with airy pants, a modest dress with walking sandals, a shirt you can open or button, a scarf or layer if needed. That way, if the day changes, your outfit can change with it. Because the best port day outfit is not the one that shows the most skin. It's the one that lets you go more places without feeling off. Outfit number 1. The I didn't pack a real dinner outfit. Now this is the biggest mistake because it creates the most regret. Not packing one decent dinner outfit. And no, that does not mean you need formal wear, a tuxedo, or some giant suitcase full of fancy clothes. That's not the point. The mistake is thinking cruise evenings are so casual that daytime clothes will carry you through the whole trip. They usually do not. Because even on relaxed cruise lines, evening still has a different tone. People shower, change, and reset. Restaurants feel more elevated. Specialty dining feels more intentional. Photos happen, shows happen, lounges fill up, and suddenly the same outfit that worked all afternoon starts feeling too sloppy, too sporty, too beachy, or too unfinished. Now that's where people get caught with nothing but shorts, pool sandals, gym wear, and random t-shirts. Technically, some of it may still pass in certain places, but passing is not the same as feeling right. And that's really what this number 1 entry is about. Cruise dressing is not about impressing strangers. It's about removing friction. When you have 1 or 2 easy evening outfits ready, the whole cruise feels smoother. You shower, change, and go. No panic. No second guessing. No wondering if you're about to look out of place in a nicer dining room. The solution is simple. Pack just 1 or 2 dependable dinner looks. For men, that could be chinos and a polo, or lightweight trousers with a button-up. For women, maybe a simple dress, a jumpsuit, or relaxed trousers with a polished top. Nothing extreme, just something clearly built for evening. Now that one decision solves more cruise problems than people expect, because the worst cruise outfit is not the ugliest one. It's the one that leaves you with nowhere to go once the sun goes down. Now you know which cruise outfits create heat, awkwardness, and easy mistakes before the trip even gets going. If this helped, like the video, subscribe, and watch the next one for more ways to cruise smarter, feel better, and avoid small problems that can quietly ruin the experience. Remember, your voyage is just beginning.